Hi everyone. Welcome to Cosmic Turtles. My name is Tina. Today we're doing a collective read and some channeled messages. We'll see what comes through. Gosh. Water's life, eh? Need some water. Alright, what do we got for the collective? Ooh. 2 cards. Oh, 3. Alright. So, start with the first one. Is 7 of Wands. Standing your ground. For people that are trying to advance, not just trying, they're on the path of advancement, discovering the self, who you are. Sometimes you'll have to stand up to your old self. It's not so much you're going to be standing up to everybody else on the outside of you. It could show up that way, but all it is, it's a reflective thing to show you something to look at on the inside. And you see how many flowers he's got on his stick, and the other ones that have smaller flowers. This also goes to people can only, on the outside of you, can only meet you where they're at. One of these has 2 flowers. One of these has 3 or 4, or 4th one's coming. But you have like a whole bunch. So you may be further along in your development of understanding yourself, and but the other people that are interacting, maybe you feel like it's a negative interaction or something, but it's not to be taken personally. It's not even to be felt that way. It's to be realized that people can only meet you where they're at, right? And then when you do that internal journey, you discover more of who you are, you get to know the world. You get to know everything that's in it. You get to recognize patterns, first of yourself, and then you start to see the patterns pop up in others. It's not so much to tell it to people when you see it. It's for your own knowledge base. If anyone comes and asks you, how do you do it? Then you can pinpoint. But if the person never asked you, like they say, don't give any unsolicited advice, because you will be met back with judgment, with pushback, with rejection, with etc. Because they're not ready. Maybe you see their potential, but they're not there yet. And you're trying to push to get results because you want everybody to do well. And it's a good intention. However, recognize where people's boundaries are. They're not ready. You don't push it. Once you discover like where your present moment stands, where other people's present moment stands, then you get to learn how to navigate around things. You get to be more satisfied with yourself. You get to recognize the value that you hold and how you can bring about change by being the example. All you need to be is just the example. This will bring in opportunities to go towards what you're passionate about. That makes sense with an event that happened recently for me. Because I'm part of the collective, and this has come up for me. I understand it's being presented, and it's how do I go and grasp that opportunity when I'm looking at my situation and all I see is blockages. So I need to do the internal journey, or I get to do the internal journey. I don't say need anymore, or I try not. I'm doing my best to use the word, I get to do this, I get to do that. It holds a different vibrational energy, and it helps with moving forward. Instead of saying, I need to do this, or I should be doing this, instead of that, which adds pressure, I'm releasing the pressure by saying, I get to do this because I want to. So an opportunity shows up. It's up to you to take it or leave it. But it's there. Okay? All right, what else do we got? And it could lead to something, but you're walking in the unknown with this opportunity. And that could be the scary part. For a lot of us, that would be the scary part. But you get to go and experience that. So make the excitement higher than the fear of it, and then you'll navigate smoothly through it. If you can get rid of the fear altogether by having an understanding that from now on, with the new energies, you are always walking into the unknown, because everything is always shifting and moving and changing. We're never done. Even though we reach a certain milestone, we're never done. And there's another one that'll pop up, another desire that'll come through you, there'll always be something. So in a way, you could say you'll never be bored. Okay, what else do we got for the collective? Ooh, one flipped. Oh, patience, temperance. Allow the universe to align things for you. Once you made your decision on, I'd like to have this. And then next thing you know it shows up and you're like, oh, I thought about it and let it go. Well, it came back to you because universe said yes. There was no resistance attached to what you were asking. It was just a thought like that. And then it came back as an actual opportunity. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, how? And then you have a little bit of that doubt. And you're like, okay, do I really want this? It showed up. I mean, synchronistic events lined up, because that's what temperance speaks about. Allow the universe to line things up, and then when it shows up, it's up to you to take it, to receive it. You get to receive it. You get to take it. You get to move forward into it. It's up to you. And as soon as you have an idea set on an idea, like, you don't have the whole how, but you have the desire to go in that direction. Next thing you know, allow the universe to line things up. The path will reveal itself in front of you. And then you just got to walk onto it. So we'll see what happens. Woo! All right, well, truth. Opportunity to discover truth. If these three goes well together, the ace and the temperance and the ace of wands, ace of swords, and they go well together because an opportunity that represents your desires, your passions, is opening up, is presenting itself. Now allow the universe to line things up. You discover truths about yourself. You get the opportunity to know more about yourself, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a positive exercise, experiment, journey, passage of life. It's going to be, because you'll recognize the value in it. You'll recognize what is your truth, what you're capable of. You didn't even know, and then you're getting into the adventure, and then you start to know that, wow, I didn't know I could do that, but I guess I can. And then it's exciting. Your self-worth shoots up again, and you're advancing with more courage. Well, courage is advancing whether you have fear or not, right? That's what it is. You do it anyway. And plus, this sword also gives you the ability to use discernment, which means you can cut away what is BS, what is no longer resonating with you. So it's like you'll get a bit of both. You'll get what you are seeking. You'll get also what was part of the old you show up just to test your resolve. Are you sure? Are you sure? So the two will kind of clash. You be in a little bit of a confusion, but you got to decipher that. And this sword represents that you have the ability to decipher what is for you and what is not for you. Okay? Not for you anymore, because we are leaving an old system of being and gently progressing through a new system of being. And that changes us. We evolve. We develop through it. What else do we have? Sometimes the story flows. Sometimes it cuts for just a main point and then a few more cards and that's another main point. So you take it as you will. Only take what resonates. What doesn't resonate, have fun throwing it out the window. I haven't said that in a while, but that's usually one of my sayings. Now, I wonder if... No, I think that's part of the new me, not the old me. The old me would have kept everything and just keep it on the inside, and then it would build up pressure, and then you'd explode, right? You just... A trigger, oh my goodness, it's the worst thing in the world, and it's just a tiny thing, but for that moment, because you allowed the build up and you didn't clear your channel, any trigger will be a big thing. So learning to let go and surrender and release, doing your shadow work, which is a constant thing forever, but not as intense as when you first started. It becomes easier and more manageable as time goes forward, as you understand more about yourself. Oh, well, a lot of that came from heartache, right? That's one of the main things, main key points. Three of Swords is, it speaks about feeling heartbroken, taking something, feeling your feelings are hurt, taking things personally, even though someone outright called you names, let's say, and you don't like that because that's not your name. But they can only meet you where they're at. They can't meet you where you're at. They meet you where they are at. So they're going to be their old self, the way they've always been. And this is how they're reacting. And it belongs to them. If they call you a name, it's none of your business. It's them that's choosing to see you this way. And how other people see you is none of your business, right? So these things are some of the things that need to be let go, these are the things you get to let go of. I could say need, but need adds a pressure. Adds like, you got to fast track this, you got to do this fast, and if I didn't do it, then there's a fear of failure, and I'm not doing it right, and then your self-worth goes down, and you want to kind of avoid that. Instead, you want to empower yourself, not put yourself in a tiny little ball where you don't mean much anymore, because that's not the truth of who you really are. And just know your soul never gets hurt by these things. And what we're doing is evolving to become merged with our soul, with our higher spirit. And that part never gets hurt because it has the understanding. So let your higher self be your guide. For some people, if you don't, I'm using terminology that's more general, but some people that have more of a religious belief because it brings their heart happiness, you could say, let Jesus be your guide. Let God be your guide. Let Allah be your guide. It's how you define the higher self to be. Until new truths come out and more things will be revealed. But for now, if this is what you're working with, work with what you have. And then let go of what you no longer need and acquire something new about you. It's always a flow. Some things go out, it allows space, new things come in. And it's always like that. That's one of the circles. What else do we got? This is a nice reading. And you got a lot of help. You got the help of the universe. The universe got your back. That's one of the sayings that I picked up on 3 years ago. And it's ongoing. Universe got your back. For me, I say universe because it's the energy of all that is. Okay, some people may assign the word God to that energy, and that's fine. It's however you choose to express whatever makes sense in a good way to you. Okay? Whatever empowers in a good way to you. What else do we got for the collective here? I find myself bringing a lot of cards out, and I'm looking at the time. It's like, holy jeez, that's a lot of info in just 15 minutes. Oh, okay. All right. Shadow side. So these kind of come together, right? The heartbreak, the shadow side, they come together. But the thing is, you receive the sword, remember? And the sword was to cut away all these things. Cut away the fear that basically mobilizes you, that you can't even move. That creates the brain fog that you can't even think. You feel lost in a land of confusion. That's what that is showing here. The fear is so strong. But the love is real. Love is real. Fear is real, but it's a false experience appearing real. Dr. Wayne Dyer had put acronym to the word fear, and it went worldwide, like especially for the English-speaking language. It really represents what fear is, because first and foremost, it's an illusion of the actual truth. It's an illusion of the truth. And these are the challenges that you overcome. The shadow side in a person inside when you do your journey is all the parts that you rejected about yourself because someone told you, because of experiences, because of pattern recognition when you were growing up. So, you learned quickly that to be yourself was not appropriate for the family dynamics. And if you wanted to be accepted by your family, you needed to abide by the way they said, and you needed to fall into the same category where they were at, so that you could be accepted and receive love. But it's not a complete love. They did the best they could with what they have, right? That's how you can forgive the past too. They worked with what they had. They worked with how they were taught. And they believed that to be truth. And then they, out of love, they want to share that with their children. But the children are brand new beings, probably reincarnated a whole bunch of times, and they're coming in with a sense of, no, that's not what it is. So they appear rebellious. And then there's the interactions trying to soothe those two energies, opposing energies. The dynamics are interesting. And we've all found ourselves in those situations growing up. And even sometimes feel it on our day-to-day interactions with people. But if you could see past what's just being presented in your face, if you could see the bigger picture, then you'd see that your choices are a little different. See, this is the Two of Wands. It's stepping back and seeing two distinct possibilities, not just one, but two. You get to see like different dynamics of life. And he's holding the world in one hand, so he's got a world view now. And then from that standpoint, he's looking out to the horizon, and it's going to make a different decision, a different choice into where they'd like to go and experience life. They get to do this. Okay? And it's a scary journey. It'll put you into your feelings. But even though you go into the depths of yourself where you think it's dark and scary, she's got a lantern, she's got a torch here, and she's got a whole bunch of keys on her belt. So trust your internal guidance, because they hold the key, they'll light the way. The universe, the energies are benevolent. They're there to help you. And they'll help you move in the direction that is for your best potential. Chariot's about quick, swift movements, moving forward with the divine, because it's a major arcana. So have faith in your journey. Have faith in yourself. Know that the universe got your back. And have fun through the journey. It's good to have a goal to journey towards, but in the end, it's a journey that matters. And you'll have a lot more surprising support than you ever thought. Be open to that, because it's the power of your belief that creates. If your beliefs every day is about how awful everything is, you're projecting that kind of experience and energy into your future experiences. So, it's up to you. So this has been your Message Collective. This is Tina from Cosmic Turtles, and we'll see you next time.